Okay, so I think this will be the last video regarding this story about losing my younger boyfriend um, after our breakup. So we were not together when he passed away. I was not involved with him for about a year. So I am referring to him as my boyfriend, but he was actually my ex-boyfriend at the time of his death. So I got to the part, I think in video number 3, where I'm discussing the people in our lives that were causing issues. And I wish I was more in tune to it when it was actually happening and not finding everything out later. There's a lot more to this story, and it's probably going to get brought up as I go along with, you know, other videos. But anyhow, okay, so I end up ending the relationship with him, and it was about 4 years into the relationship. And I'm going along my life, and a year later, I get a call from a mutual friend saying, hey, you know, go to his Facebook. I don't think he's well, this sort of thing. I'm like, well, I'm blocked. And she said, well, you know, the posts he has are public, so you might be able to see them. So anyhow, I got a friend, and we viewed one of his videos, and I was shocked at his appearance, and right away I knew something was really, really wrong. And my heart just sank, because although I ended the relationship with him a year earlier, this is not someone I hated at all. Okay, I wish things would have been different. I wish I would have reached out to him, but like again, I said in the 3rd video, he blocked me on all platforms. I think he blocked my number. That when I ended up calling him, I had to use a friend's phone to call him just to leave a voicemail message. So we see this video, and I know he's not going to take a call from me. Anyhow, I have one of my best friends call him and say, hey, you know, we just wanted to know what's going on. Your ex-girlfriend is really concerned because she saw the video, and so did I. What's going on? And he lets her know that he has stage 4 cancer. This is a young guy. He's healthy, like extremely healthy. And when she calls me back, I'm in shock, right? She says, are you sitting down? And I'm like, oh no, what? You know, so again, this is one of my best friends, and she's a really great person, and she's a people person, like truly a people person. She makes you feel good no matter what. So she ends up telling me that he has stage 4 cancer, and I'm like, how did this happen within 1 year? When we broke up, this guy was the epitome of health, okay? Like jogging every night, weight training, yoga, meditation, ate really well, just had everything, you know, very active person. I still don't get it. So she was told by him that he was told by his friend, who was the psychic, that I broke up with him because I was having an affair. It was a full-blown relationship. So my friend started laughing, you know. She didn't mean to laugh because he's so sick, but she says, what are you talking about? She hasn't even dated anyone. Okay, that's not why she broke up with you. If that was the case, I would actually know. This is what she's telling him. And he said, yeah, well, I know she did. But she said, well, who told you? And he goes, oh, I can't tell you that. And so my girlfriend said, I know who told you. It's who tells you everything. Now, keep in mind, I did not know that this was happening for the year that we weren't together. And my friend proceeds to ask him, well, who's this guy's name? Well, Larry couldn't give her an answer. So she says, okay, you have no evidence of this. I'm telling you it didn't happen. She's really concerned. She wants to talk to you, right? She needs to talk to you. And he said, I won't talk to her. Forget it. She cheated on me. She's in this whole other relationship. but he has no evidence. He's been told this by his psychic best friend. And this here, I keep saying this over and over. You have to be careful who's in your circle. People that say they're your best friend, even one of my best friends was involved, and she just kept things from me. And well, I don't want to get into all that right now, but she actually contacted another friend of mine 4 days after he passed, thinking that I didn't know that he was ill. And I just can't believe she thought that was okay at all, because if I had to have found out like that, I would be even more devastated. So anyhow, getting back to the phone call, she ended the phone call with him. He was still willing to talk to her. He had told her, do not tell me what he said. She says, well, how am I supposed to do that? She's the one that asked me to call you. And anyhow, she called me to let me know he was dying, and he ended up dying about 4 months after that phone call. And he tried everything, but nothing worked. So he did end up passing 4 months after that phone call. So anyhow, when she did tell me, I was floored. I was in tears. I think I cried for every day for hours at a time, for real. And anyhow, what happened next was she sent him a text message saying, okay, Larry, you know, I have to give her the details to what you said, because it's simply not true. She needs to know what she's dealing with, because she's expecting me. I'm expecting to talk to him, you know, in hopes just to clear some things up. So when he realized that she was going to tell me, he blocked her on all the platforms. So it, you know, at the end of the day, I was calling him from other people's phones, leaving voicemail messages where I was just beside myself crying. I really wanted to talk to him one more time. And he made sure that I didn't, because he believed his psychic friend, who continued to spread rumors long after he passed away. So because he was very popular on social media, a lot of people reached out to me that knew that we were together, and they told me all kinds of stories. It was insane. Okay, it was absolutely insane. I just, till this day, I can't believe it. But he ended up passing away of stage 4 cancer about 4 months after that phone call. He would not take a call from me. I sent him letters in the mail with presents. I contacted another friend of his who begged him to talk to me before he passed. And I guess he got very ill too, that he really couldn't think straight. He couldn't think for himself, that's for sure. And he ended up dying, and it just took everything out of me. Till this day, and it's been about 4 years, I'm still struggling with not just that he passed, but the people that were involved in some of the decisions he made at the end of the day, the rumors they spread. These were not strangers. These were people that were friends. So, you know, when we think about things like certain factors in relationships, like age, that's not the most important thing. You know, as long as you're adults, you know, you're dealing with another adult, you know what you're doing. That has a very small, that's one factor in a relationship. I think what's more important is to know who your circle is, and talk to each other. Don't, you know, if that was me and he broke up with me, and then I heard he was having a whole other relationship, I definitely would have confronted him. So that's another odd thing that happened. He wasn't someone that was afraid of confrontation. So some people say to me, well, you know, they don't know this, but if she did have any abilities, that maybe the influence was more than what I understand, because most people didn't understand their friendship at all. So I don't know if you guys want to chime in. Have you ever had a friend really interfere in your relationship, and how did that end for you? I think there's going to be another video on this because, you know, I'm missing so much context. Just trying to tell the story. I'm better when someone is asking me questions on what happened, but that's sort of the gist of it. Started off in a very beautiful relationship with a man that was highly intelligent. We had so much in common, who ended up dying a year after our breakup. And again, a lot of the choices he made, again, you know, ultimately we make our own decisions at the end of the day. But when you have trust in someone and they're a big influence on your life, you just have to be extra careful. You really have to examine things closer. And this is what I'm going to stress here. We shouldn't be worried about things like a little age gap or that sort of thing. Take a look around and see who's truly happy for you. And if they're not, you have to talk to each other. You have to cut them out of your life as well. So I'm going to leave this at 11 minutes and 26 seconds. I'll see you in the next one.